It happened. I saw earlier today some people posting on Reddit that their Switch devices were getting banned. I figured, let me see how mine's doing. I didn't do anything wrong. I just tried the Mig Switch on the day of the Switch 2 release, and guess what? Oh yeah. Super banned. That's right. I actually just figured I would just start filming. I have no script. I haven't tried anything else. I just have definitely confirmed that my Switch is in fact banned. This is what happens when you try to go anywhere online or anything like that. I did actually delete all of my data because I was trying to do something and then I decided I should just film. But if you try to go into the eShop, it just doesn't work. You can't really do a whole lot of anything. I figured, okay, let me try to maybe, back up my save data. You can't do that either. I didn't try clearing the Switch yet. I figured I would start filming. But one thing that is interesting, so I wanted to remove the account, right? So just, delete user. You go next, and yep, can't be recovered, delete, and you can't delete it. You can't delete your account off of your Switch if it's banned because it cannot connect to Nintendo's services. So I figured, let's see the state of my old Switch. This is the OLED Switch that I've got. So because of the virtual carts, you have to load it. And when you try to load it, load onto the system, and it's unable to do it because the system is offline. So that's when I really was like, okay, let me start a video. Let's try a few things. Let's see if we can even recover anything, right? Because this Switch does not seem to be banned. Because I can actually go on the eShop here. So we can browse the eShop, the super slow old Switch 1 eShop. And I hypothetically could buy a game, I guess. I'm not going to, but I hypothetically could. Because I'm not getting any errors or anything like that. I figured, let's see if we could fix something. Maybe I can go on my phone, we could check out the account, see what's going on. But yeah, I think, if there's nothing that we can do, I think, my main goal is to just serve as a warning, right? I mean, I was doing this for the video. I don't know if I wasn't making a Switch 2 video, if I would have really had the guts to try the Mig Switch, but hey, look at that, we get more content. The next thing I did want to try is I wanted to just totally restart the system, clear it from factory settings, everything like that. So we could try that too. I might try to still recover the account first before I do any of that stuff. So let's see where we go from here. I will also preface my Mig Switch experience with every game that I have on my Mig Switch is actually fully legal. I dumped the games myself. They're all my actual certificates. They're my physical games. I'm not talking about, doing illegal activities here. So, this is definitely something that had popped up, and it seemed like Nintendo was probably going to take some action on this, and it seems like they really did. So yeah, just trying to go through the system, see if there's anything that we can do. System transfer, there's 0 items. Let's see, Switch 2. It says cartridges are loadable. Let's see if we unlink. When unlinked, any virtual game cards loaded onto the system will be returned. You won't be able to load virtual game cards until you link another system. Please note that you won't be able to unlink a system from this page for 1 year after this. Okay, that's interesting. So am I preventing myself from getting another Switch 2 then? But I think at this point I don't really have another choice, so I think we just have to do it. So it's been unlinked. So unlink. So I can add another system, I just can't unlink another system, which means, let's see. So we just unlinked it. So this Switch 2 is not linked anymore. And my Switch OLED is listed there, so let's see. So we've got the Switch OLED. Let's see if we can boot up. Let's do Tetris Effect again. Next. Okay, so it actually is good. So the virtual game has been loaded, and we can boot up a game, hypothetically. And let's see. It's probably better for us to try like Cart or something like that, because then we can try to play online. So let's do that. Mario Kart 8. Let's close this. Let's load. Let's load the game. All right, game has been loaded. Make sure there's no Mig Switch in here. Nope, no cartridge, so we should be good. I guess we have to download the update. I don't think we have a choice. If we ever want to go back online, we gotta do the updates. So, we got 1 minute for this update. And yeah, again, I haven't really tried a whole lot of anything. The only other thing I did on my Switch 2 is I did take out the micro SD card. I thought maybe I could like back up my saves or something like that, but looks like no luck. So, I mean, we probably can just restore this one to factory settings now. So that's also another thing that I'm going to do in the meantime. We'll go through this attempt to unlink, restore. Okay. Oh, you actually can't restore the system at all. Yeah, so you can't even restore the Switch to factory settings. For users experiencing problem with the system, in recovery mode, you can restore the system's factory settings without deleting save data or user information. To try recovery mode instead, cancel this process and do the following. Turn the system off, press and hold both the power and volume buttons, select the restore settings. All right, let's try that. Let's give that a shot. We'll turn it off. All right, let's hold the volume buttons, volume up and volume down, and press power. It's booting up. Okay, let's restore factory settings. We got a few options here. It says you can keep settings and you can restore settings and keep the user data. You can update the system. You can restore to factory settings. So I think that's what we're going to try to do. Let's continue. If you have a Nintendo account, if you reset the system using this method, unlike the standard reset process, you will not be able to eject any loaded virtual game cards. The system will remain linked to your account and will be able to use any passes available for associated software. If you want to continue using your Nintendo account with the Switch 2, relink your Nintendo account to the system after it's been reset. All right, let's do this. Let's continue. Let's restore. This is crazy. This is crazy that it's happening. I wonder how many Switch 2s are just bricks. I'm assuming that Nintendo's thought through this and there won't really be a way to get this Switch back to life. I mean, going back to the OLED, it does look like we can go online. Let's see. Let's join a quick game. Yeah, I'm joining a spectating game. It seems like it's fine. So yeah, Switch 1s seem like they're safe. I mean, I have used the Mig Switch extensively on this device. I would take it with me everywhere because why wouldn't I want all of my carts in one? Yeah, seems like it's the end of the Switch 2 though for me. That sucks. I actually just got the invite from Nintendo to purchase a Switch 2 directly through Nintendo, and I missed the window. It expired. Let's see. I did restore the Switch 2, and I think what we should try to do is just go through the setup I'm not going to assign into any real account or anything like that, but I will connect to the internet. And let's see. What happy music for such a sad occasion. Let's get right to it. Let's eShop. Please sign into your Nintendo account. There we go. I can't even sign into a different Nintendo account. We are entirely bricked, a permanent brick. There is nothing you can do with this Switch 2 on the internet. That is now confirmed. So I could have actually played like Mario Kart World or something totally offline, but now that I've restored the Switch, disconnected it from everything, there's nothing I can do. So yeah, we got a brick. Yeah, that's really it. I think that this pretty much confirms kind of the worst fears of everybody using Mig Switch is, yeah, stay away from it. It's dangerous now. It seemed like it was pretty safe, and everything that we heard about it was that there's nothing that Nintendo could have done to detect that this is not an official Switch cartridge. It should have been mimicking the exact, I guess, folder structures and everything that would, tell a Switch that it's a real cart. But Nintendo obviously got their hands on a Mig Switch, figured out some identifying features of it, and they know now. So hopefully if you are planning on doing this, you now know not to. I got nothing else to say. I will have more videos. Hopefully I can get my hands on another Switch 2. Very expensive console generation. But yeah, just wanted to quickly see how far we can get, see if we can save this thing, but I think it's beyond saving at this point. If there's any updates, I will certainly provide updates, but I think that's where we leave it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this was helpful and useful to you somehow. Like and subscribe, because that's really all that I got now. No Switch 2 stuff. That sucks. I had a bunch of Switch 2 videos planned. But no, maybe if I get another one, I'll decide, but I don't know. I feel like Nintendo has taken this too far. Yeah, that's it. I'll go back to my Switch 1 for now. I lost all of my save data too, by the way. You can't transfer your save data back to an old device because this Switch 2 is totally banned. So yeah, that's a fun one. Anyway, thanks. See you soon. I'm gonna go cry in a corner. Maybe eat my Mig Switch for breakfast. I don't know. Yeah, super not good. That's it. See ya.